What is up guys, NKC here, and today we are going to discuss tensor aggregation, and we will also going to discuss the ways of finding the minimum, maximum, mean and many more. What does aggregation mean? Define aggregation. A group body composed of many distinct parts or individual. A galaxy is an aggregation of stars and gas, the collection of units or pods into a mass or whole. The condition of being so collected, well, it doesn't help us with understanding tensors, but we are going to see hands-on what aggregation means and concept of or in the topic of tensors. So to me, aggregating tensors equals and condensing them from multiple values down a small amount of values. That's how I conceptually understand aggregation. You can create your own definition. In fact, I actually want you to start doing that and more. And even more, as you get more familiar with the words of deep learning is to, of course, is going to be agreed upon definitions in the field. But I also want you to start conceptualizing your own definitions in a way that you best understand things. But let's see how we might start aggregating our tensors. First way we are going to do is by getting the absolute values. So this is actually probably not the best form of aggregating to start, but we are going to include it here anyways just for completeness. So we create a tensor of what we are up to. So we might recreate it here to have constant just as and the days is probably my favorite letter. So fun fact about me, there we go. With the absolute values, beautiful. Just created a new tensor, and if we wanted to get the absolute values, we can go to maybe please. We will see what this does. Beautiful, right? So the absolute values are basically just take all the negative numbers in one tensor and turn them into positive numbers. So if you see here, let's check out string on pressing shift command space to get the string. Computers computes the absolute value of a tensor given a sense of integral floating point values. This operation returns a length of the same type where each element returns the absolute value of the corresponding elements the input as your formal definition, right? And then we have got some example use cases. So let's actually start to see a few more versions of aggregation. Let's go through the following forms of aggregation. We will turn that into a markdown cell and we will come down here. First one I want to go through, get the minimum, and then we might want to get the maximum of a certain tensor. We also we might want to get the mean of our tensor, and we also might want to get some of the tensors. Now I have shown you a few different ways of how you can explore different methods of TensorFlow, right? So if I wanted to start a tensor or find minimum, the maximum or the mean or the sum, how much you researched. So if we go here, find the mean, all tensors in TensorFlow. Here's a little hint. If you were to search that, you can pause video now. Pause video now and go ahead and try to create your own tensor. Do these 4 things and then come back. And we will compare the node. Alright? But otherwise, if you are going to watch on, let's start by creating a random tensor. so that we can practice each of these four things here. Create a random tensor. Might do that. It's a large tensor, yeah. However, we do that values between 0 and 100 of long. Should we do it of size 50? Let's do that. So E equals if constant. We will do it using a NumPy array, NumPy random array I mean. So again, this is going to be written random integers from low inclusive value to high exclusive. Okay. So we can just go 0 to 100 equals 50. Now this should give us a tensor. Beautiful. 50 values between 0 and 100, right? And we might go, how do we check the size of tensors then? Let's practice. And then how do we check the shape of our tensor? And then how do we check how many number of dimensions our tensor has? Beautiful, right? So its size is, the shape is also 50 and the number of dimension is 1, right? Alright. Now how about we start with finding the minimum? So we could go find minimum to find the maximum minimum of a tensor. You can do reduce mean posterior tensor. So the output there. Now this is going to be a bit of and with TensorFlow aggregation that reduce underscore is some like NumPy. It's a way to find minimum. How do you think we might find the maximum? Let's find it anyway. Find maximum. Reduce max. Wonderful. So that's 97. So yeah, it makes sense because we have values between 0 to 100, right? So our lowest value so far is 0 and the highest value is 97. And find the mean. It's going to reduce of A and wonderful. The average. So get the sum of tensor. Let's have a guess. Find the sum to reduce the sum of A. And that's the sum of that tensor. Beautiful now. There's a few other things that we can do, such as I'm going to put a little challenge here. I want you to out a tensor for the next video. I'm going to put a little emoji here. Exercise is to what we have just learned. Find the variance and the standard deviation of all tensor using TensorFlow method. So if you're not sure what variance and standard deviation is, challenge has two sides of it. First, you have to find the variance of tensors, and then you have to look up what variance and standard deviation are. So going to give that a try, and I will see you in the next video.